Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's the start of the month. It is September 1st. It is also Saturday. Hopefully you're having yourselves a wonderful weekend. But since it is the start of September, it is time for our next RPG of the month. Last month we went through Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth. The first had a really, honestly, a really good time, and at the same time also kind of, it was a very rough end for that game. Being one shot at the very end was not enjoyable. But tonight though, we're actually going back to a Falcom game, which actually is not an Ys game. It kind of surprises me because, I'll be honest, I only knew Falcom for the Ys games, but they actually had a couple more franchises. We learned they also had Xanadu, but apparently they had another one that also was a long-standing series of there, which is known as The Legend of Heroes. This dates back to the 1980s, actually. But this is a game I actually bought back in 2014. They actually apparently created a new series for The Legend of Heroes, which is Trails in the Sky. This is actually the first chapter of 3. They also made a secondary series that ran parallel with this, actually, called The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, which is another different type of RPG. These were all released on the, I believe this one was, specifically the one we're playing, was originally released on the PlayStation Portal, but you can now get it on Steam as well, and it's been out for quite a few years. But I'm curious about it. This might be a long RPG. This might take us most of the month. This is actually clocked in on how long to beat. Could be about 40 hours. I kind of expect this stream to run a little bit longer than normal, just simply because, you know, trying to get the plot rolling and get to the introduction. But I'm honestly excited, because I actually liked a lot of Ys sprite work during this time, back when they were making Ys, Oath of Felghana, and such, and it's going to be very similar art style. But why don't we get started? Let's play The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. As soon as it boots up. This is actually the first time, I think, a Falcom game hasn't had to actually start with a gigantic movie. So I just go to the options here real quick. Very simple options. You can actually adjust a couple more options before you actually start the game. I kind of did I basically did a pre-check. I'm just going to leave most of the default options. One difference, though, is they actually added voices in the game as well. So there's actually voice acting in the PC version. But other than that, though, it's very similar, if not exact, to the PlayStation Portable version. So, let's begin. So we have 3 different difficulties. We're just going to be running on normal difficulty. Standard thing when it comes to doing these RPGs. I kind of just focus on leveling up the main characters that I kind of get. Normal difficulties for those wanting a little challenge. Hard difficulty setting for those who find normal a bit lacking. And it's your funeral. May adios be with you. As tempting as this actually to play through this again on, or play through it on hard, I think we might just do normal. Because I want to be able to make sure... I think we're going to get enough of a challenge from it going through this as quickly as possible. We're not going to so much focus on doing everything. We're focused on beating the RPG. So, we're just going to go with normal. Let's not make the same mistake as we did with ease. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Cheer's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. I'll just practice my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as fiddle. That reminds me though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes. They just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you play outside with it on. Points. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Well, why don't you come have a look? What? Well, you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss, you wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? That's kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, I'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly. He almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how come you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah, who is this kid, anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Sherazard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sakes, that girl is going to get me in trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why? Why didn't you just leave me there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. You have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter at your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute, don't try and change the sub. Ow. Quit yelling. Alright already. You jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I could see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? Seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... Oh, there's the Falcom starting movie. I was wondering what happened to it. I always appreciated those openings. Ugh, it's so bright in here. Yeah, that's how I feel in the morning. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get myself ready then, too. How's it going, Newton? How are you doing tonight? Always wanted to learn how to play the harmonica. Nice, Joshua. Bravo! Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind, but that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. She's also the boss of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how fortunate for you. At least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. Really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is that I don't do something that uses my whole body. I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around, kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being unpopular with the ladies. Well, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. What kind of boy wants to give a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sport shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay, I'm on my way. Good, just discovered there next week. Gonna be very nice. Everyone's gonna enjoy Yakuza, Fist of the North Star. Come on, let's be honest. That's what it actually is. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? People say kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you eat enough, but don't forget to pour that energy into work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, it'll be a review of everything we learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be braces just like you, Dad. That means I'm not gonna let you treat me like a little kid anymore. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You only become a junior bracer in the beginning, in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training and become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've been mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kinda remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could a child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. Probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Kara's gonna be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. I like the designs, honestly. I really do. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Ron-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or her stomach's. You're right. I just wanted to see what reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberl News from the General Goods Store. I'm supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of Liberl News from the General Goods Store. I guess our money is Mira in this game. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Scheherazade my regards. And we have control! Honestly, I think a lot of people will probably enjoy the Fist of the North Star. Like, a lot of the Yakuza games are coming out. And honestly, if you tell people that it's that, I think people will enjoy it. Of course, the first thing we must do, we must ransack the place. Or not? There's a standing log for staff practice. Huh. So let's take a look here, see what we have here. There's Estelle Bright. Joshua Bright. Oh wow, they really put on the pictures and such. Equipment. Oh, I guess I had to select first, okay. So this is a game that actually is kinda intense, honestly. Right now, everything looks like it's kinda sealed. Liberal Kingdom map. That is a gigantic land we're gonna have to cover. Gonna have the traditional secret boss from the games. I've never played a Yakuza game, honestly, so I actually don't know where. I honestly don't know much about the okay, so we can actually just save anywhere at any time. Nice. Alright, let's get going. Elise Highway. Okay, so I can turn the angle. Apparently I can fast forward. That's news to me. Roland, Grungate, Selge? West, in the Bright House. Aw, we have our own little sign. We're important. Signs mean people are important, right? City of Roland. It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. Just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Alright then, let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look great to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Plus this month Yakuza's announcing a new IP, very nice. Top of the morning to you kids. Morning, Mr. Elgar. Morning, sir. We're rather early, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the last day of training. I remember you saying the last time you had to run the store. Yes, that's right. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. All the knocks she took from to the head playing with the boys. Really? Guess that scattered brain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. Don't call me scattered brain. Okay, you two, let's not fight now. Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Is this where I buy the newspaper? No, but it is where I buy weapons. But for now, I don't have any cash in Sepith. I guess I can turn gems into cash. Stella gives good advice. Your appearance is always important. Your appearance is always important, and it's something you should always take care of. If you don't look your best, people won't trust you. Here we go, this is the general goods store. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Not to mention, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable, you actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. I'm not here to shop, we're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberl News for Dad, right? Of course. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of Liberl News, though, I should have them around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. I'll stop by again after our training is over. I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so we'll get that later. Oh, that's actually nice. It's always 45 degrees. There's a workshop. I guess the first things first. Let's go to the guild. I always liked that in Falcom games. They like every single character NPC had an actual name. It wasn't just like a generic person. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Aina. Or Aina. Good morning. Is Sherry here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll be finally recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Honestly, I think the new IP... Like, if the new IP is just more Yakuza, I think it'll be fine. If it isn't, though, and I'll be personally interested in what it actually is going to be. The Star and the Hanged Man, the Hermit and the Magician. Oh, she likes tarot cards. And last of all, the inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and becoming a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I could think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out of your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly and is over naive and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick on how to use an orb meant with some practice. Eventually. Probably. Guess there's not much I can do except hope for the best. Hold on a second, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was trying to get a vague reading about what would happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. In other words, combat tutorial! Hopefully. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. Alright, let's learn about orbments. This is basically the core foundation of the actual game and the entire world of Liberl. Or Liberl. However you want to pronounce it. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or processed septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices played an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Bracers! Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. Cool! We're being like mercenaries/police. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberl, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemurian continent, which abounds with nature and the deep-rooted traditions. Liberl is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high-level technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has been a key pillar of support for Liberl in protecting its independence and has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberl was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberl enjoys peace. Alright, there's your setting of the entire world. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? Was today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure you have I'll make sure you have to work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes, that's seriously what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. I know, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two, go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything you may find and where. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate record of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door, you can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the jobs on the list, you can view their details. So let's go get a job. Training retrieval. Client, Shara. This training will involve searching for the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Great, first mission. We're going to the sewers. Perfect. Term long. Interesting. Details of job can be confirmed on the bulletin board, and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can easily be found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut on the Configuration menu. Okay, very good. Looks like you're able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic job functions a Bracer performs on the job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than someone with someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? I just remember, I bought this game back in 2014. Gotta love how they still typos. I'm actually surprised a typo like that actually exists in this game. Had a change of heart, have you? I blame the localizers. You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you'll learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital Arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem. Leave everything to me. So what is it that you would like to know about? Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means the lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we'll be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an Orbital Factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of Sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. Orbital Arts. Simply put, Orbital Arts are magic that can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbital Arts can be a mouthful, they are most universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to be called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an Orbital Factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I've described, but I think this information should suffice for now. We have a very interesting system in this game, and it's interesting that we're being treated like students at the start of a game. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise their own as abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. Okay, so positioning also matters. Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They're divided into 7 types: Earth, Water, Fire, Wind, Time, Space, and Mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for Mirror almost anywhere, but at the Orbital Factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz to open slots in which to install these synthesized quartz. Okay. Looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. Alright. With that amount, you two should be able to synthesize a few quartz. I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that'll work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally at a shop, you'll be able to exchange your sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching a counter, a talk mark will appear, pressing OK. Select Modify or Trade to use the services. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Freddy. Hi, Freddy. Alright. So, I guess slot is what we need to do. Oh, I guess we probably actually need to do quartz. So, she says any element for her. So, do I need it? Okay, so I need to do it 1 time, so I guess synthesize 1. And we'll synthesize an attack. And then we can slot them, so... Insufficient sepith. Okay. I guess Orbment is here where I... Okay, there it is. So then I can put an attack. Oh, it also decreases your defense, too. Oh, that's actually just moves by 1. Okay. Time quartz only. Interesting. Clock up Soul Blur. Okay. Alright, looks like you're able to synthesize 1. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment and tab in the main menu. Oh no, he probably just wants us... Probably should actually make 1 of each. So, let's actually just make 1 of each. Okay. Installing quartz into your orbments. Huh, okay. So, recovery, huh? Wow, this is actually really in-depth for a game. Oh, I see. I think I know what I need to do now. Can I equip something? No? Where do they want me to do this? The Blazing Fall of Fire. What does she want me to do here? I'm trying to figure this out here. Unless it's heal. It's options, no. It's just status. Looks like both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information. Okay. Going to have you open a new slot in your orbments. The slots you have available to you have broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use the Sepith to open up a slot on each of your orbments. Okay. So... okay, so hers is like an indirect, then. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll probably actually open up, open up slot number 6. Alright, so, and for Joshua... do I only need to open 1? Oh, I can only open up 1. Oh well. So, the weird part about this is actually like 2, there's 2 buttons, or 2 menu buttons. So agility, so evade gives agility, defense gives obviously defense. Let's go with attack here. Interesting. But your central slot is not limited to any particular element. You are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to, what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Yeah, it is odd, honestly. It's interesting, though. Sorta reminds me of, like, a light-hearted version of, like, the Sphere Grid from Final Fantasy X. Another RPG I haven't actually gone through myself. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly just tell me you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I just remind you this morning? Now that you mention, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild. And humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for... how about a little less yapping and a little more walking? I like Shara. Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. Oh, your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentions searching and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Adios. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace, bestowing upon such wonderful gifts as sewers. What you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test? I wonder why you're acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah, I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll ever be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why don't you go ahead and say something that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. It's supposed to be a test, so how about you both of you try to look at least a little anxious. Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, you both saw the bulletin board. This is a test, will be a search conducted in Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area. The layouts of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Tear Balm, and a monster guide. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record any information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out as an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You got a really good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. And I have control again! Seems to be a recovery point up ahead. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging any further battles. Orbment charging stations are recovery points set up in dangerous areas. As a recovery point is approached, an exclamation mark will appear, and two choices will be displayed pressing the OK, rest option. Okay. Rest and leave. So that'll actually, I guess, heal our EP as well. Yep, it heals our EP. Monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Monsters cannot be seen from far away. They will become visible as you approach them. The conditions at the start of the battle will change depending on how the monster is engaged. Engaging an enemy from behind is advantageous, while being attacked by an enemy from behind is disadvantageous. Finally, we get into the combat. Battle order bar indicates who attacks first. It starts from the top and moves down. Ooh, I wonder if I can actually affect that. So I do know that this is a grid-based battle system. Hint. Attack an enemy. You may also use it to move if you're using a mouse and click an empty location. The highlighted area indicates the distance a character can move. Selecting a target in this area will move faster, move the character to attack. When an enemy is out of range, an icon will appear on your cursor. Selecting an out-of-range target will move the character as close as possible, but no attack will be performed. Interesting, okay. So we actually have to use our attack command. So attacking and moving is at the same time then. Interesting. And it also remembers what we used. And I can't, it looks like I can't use my arts yet. I do like that Estelle has a staff though as a weapon. Alright, can I? No, I cannot. Dirty rat. Looks like he can't actually use anything either. Looks like it's actually very direct. It also looks like you can actually push enemies too. That's the only weird part is I can't strategically place myself.
Alright, we're good to go.
Got Juicy Bone. Man, I'm getting like PlayStation 2 vibes. Here comes some more. And on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts may also make long-range attacks possible, but require time to be cast. EP is consumed when arts are used. EP can be recovered by resting at inns, hotels, or by using charge stations. Okay, so this is just pure tutorial combat. Arts are effective at dealing foes, which are difficult to hit. Looks like times where arts can be cast. Okay. All arts have an element. Determine the element most effective against your foe and use it. Okay. So, water, so there's a heal. She's a heavy stream. Let's be honest, we want fire. And what's his art? Speeds up the flow of time. Emits a time-shaking pulse. Interesting. Does this do damage? It does, okay.
We're good to go.
Oh, I like her voice. Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing damage, they're worth a shot. Crafts have range limits, but can be utilized instantly. CP is gained dealing out or receiving damage during battle. There's 3 types of attacks in this game. Interesting. Crafts are character-specific skills which not only deal out damage, but also have a broad range of effects. Using crafts consumes CP. CP is gradually gained by doing damage. Okay, what's her craft? Morale, a shout to encourage enemies, and then you have an S craft. Okay.
Come on.
And what's his craft? Dual Strike, unleashes a double slash with dual blades. Okay. Good job, Joshua. Good job. I don't think I can actually... Nope, I can't do it anymore. Alright. But at least he is stronger. I should actually see how my characters are actually based stat-wise.
Piece of cake.
Curative Horn. Speaking of which, actually, I didn't check what items I got from Shara. Tear Balm, what do you do? Heals for 200 HP. Okay. Found Reviving Balm. Oh, what a surprise. Another creepy thing. I wish there were an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves. These devastating attacks can only be unleashed when the CP gauge is above 100. S-Breaks are actions which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order. S-Crafts which are unleashed as S-Break can be changed by going to the tactics and then setting the set S-Break within the main menu. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess I can't... Oh, okay. So I'm just one. So, yep, there we go. These actions, which allow S-Crafts to be immediately unleashed while ignoring the battle order once the CP gauge has reached 0. Okay. Press the brake button to unleash an S-Break. An S-Break cannot be unleashed under the restricted condition. I press the brake button and try unleashing S-Break. I do not know the button. We are going to find out the button. Is this the button? No, that is... I don't think that's the button. Oh, I guess it is the button. Hang on a second.
Here I
I guess it's R2. Alright. Alright, let's try his. Oh, so never mind. There's actually a speed up button for combat. And then he can actually use his.
Let's do this!
Cool.
Alright, we're good to go.
I wonder if you get a full heal. And I wonder if I can also use arts to actually heal. And she, yes, actually she can. Oh, that's useful. Man, when they said it was straightforward, they weren't kidding. So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Looks like we got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. During battle, there were several bonuses which can be allotted to turns. Turn bonuses have the same effect regardless of whether they are allotted to an ally or foe. Use S-breaks to ignore the battle order. It makes it easy to jump in and strip an enemy of their turn bonus. Okay, now it's getting confusing. These icons indicate the bonuses allotted to the battle order. If a bonus icon appears next to the character's icon, they will see that bonus. So, heal up, Sepip up, indicate the effects of each icon. Okay. Then let's just take care of the moth cluster then. Oh, I see. They're gonna get a bonus regardless. Interesting. So I guess it's only if you take your action on that turn. That's a little interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. Get rid of the moths. I do find it funny there's actually a fast forward button in this game. Like, so if I really want to speed up the combat, I can. Try this dual strike again. There we go. I wonder, actually, what's the range of arts? That's a big range for arts, actually. Sorry, Aqua Bleed.
We're good to go.
Found a small box ×2. That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that it's not just one, but two is kind of interesting, too. I wonder what's inside. Remember, Estelle, our mission is only to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. It has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with taking with a teensy-wincy peek, right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means be my guest. Did you just say the F word? Yep, opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as there were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them. I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself. If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? For now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright, alright. I wonder what the icons actually mean. That's one thing I'm actually interested in. I should have actually read the instruction booklet for this game. They actually... I could only find the PSP version of the instruction booklet. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Hand it over small box times 2. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you say we just passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up with the finish line is in sight. Agreed. Seems like we're within a reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. And as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. That's honestly doesn't look like she has blonde hair. I guess actually it sort of does. It's like a dirty blonde. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the training of today's training? All right. Report. Rank, Junior Bracer, 9th class. Receive payment for training retrieval. No, gain 1 BP. Current rank is Junior Bracer. Good job, you two. It seems like you're able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note is that depending on how you handle the job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, a pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you'll receive. You also accumulate points which are known as BP. Bracer points are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? This game is not afraid of taking its own time. I'll talk to you later, Aina, and sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important to the future of the guild. I fully intend to work with these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shara, it'll involve the whip. Let me say again, good work, you two. You now have officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Shara holds out 2 small boxes. Aren't those boxes the ones? In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet. Alright, let's have a look. Estelle and Joshua opened the boxes. Junior Bracer Emblem. This crest is... Does this mean we're... Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild. So, I'm Bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father, Cassius, trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazad, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He seems like a nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion, huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let know that we qualified as junior bracers. Right. And let's go get a newspaper. Huh. Is there any additional stuff? Nope. Hurry up and come on! Oh, wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great. It's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp. What's with the... Oh, great, it's Estelle remark. What's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of the town alone, aren't you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberl than the milk that comes from the Prezel farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we've qualified to become real bracers. You hear what I'm saying? Real bracers. More like braces in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Kids will be kids. So, just so you know, you can't even become a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know know how to should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm gonna be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, it's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean, a secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. Well, first things first, let's go to the general store. Got me my newspaper? Hey there, Estelle and Joshua. How can I help you? Did you manage to become bracers? Bet we did. Maybe I should just have you start calling me Hyper Bracer Estelle from now on. By the way, Mr. Brennan, did the Liberl news come in? Yeah, it came in a little afternoon. Don't brush me off like that, you two. Oh, whatever. I'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 mirror, please. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? It sure does. The Liberl News has an excellent reporter and camera woman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. Recipe book? What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So, if you eat something new, write down what's in it. You'll have lots of recipes in no time. How about we try this? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Seed maple cookie. Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Learned maple cookie recipe. Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not that I don't like cooking and all, but it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'm sure I'd love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Rinnan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. Eating the recommended dish at restaurants or using to-go meals adds the recipe to the recipe book. This is, oh my god, this is Tale Symphonia stuff right here. There are two types of food. Sit-down, which meals must be eaten on the spot, and to-go, which means carried as items. Sit-down meals cannot be carried as items. Ingredients for used for cooking can be bought at a store or acquired from monsters. There we go, that's what I was hoping for. So... can I... Huh. Okay, so one sepith means you also get, money back. Okay. So there's actually a conversion rate. So what does he have here? He has fresh eggs, fresh milk, a lot of stuff, actually. Kibbled salt, marbled steak. Interesting. That actually sounds pretty cool. EP charge, restores 100 EP. Neutralized orbment? Interesting. Oh, cures mute, okay. There's a reviving balm. Oh my goodness. I had the same problem with, when it comes to these games. Like, I just became addicted to cooking. Definitely seems like there's a lot of villagers. I doubt this is one of those games where it's like you could just search everything. They definitely made sure you can actually talk to everyone, though. There's actually a lot of places here. Oh, games always start with these nice, peaceful villages. Oh, hello. Ah, darn it. Can't reach the chest. Give me the chest! Well, there's Anya. Wow, everything's actually connected in this place. Oh, Uni, actually. Okay, good. I was actually wondering if I could use the C-stick. Sounds like Claire's gonna be a good romance author. Alright, well, for now, I guess I probably should have headed back home. I'm always tempted, actually, in these games to just constantly go exploring. Wow, this town is actually gigantic. Malga Trail. Well, for now, let's go. Oh, never mind, I guess we can't leave yet. Something wrong? You seem to be quite a hurry. Got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. What's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the Tower of Esmelis? Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Scheherazade is out on another bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's such a good idea. You two only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. It's an emergency request from the Bracer Guild. I ask that you lose no time in bringing the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Esmelis Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Malga Trail. And get onto the Malga Trail through Roland's northwestern gate. I'll be on standby at the guild. If you run into any trouble, you'll know where to find me. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. Sweet, already got work. I'm not gonna worry about items right now. Probably should worry about items later. For now, adventure! Let's head west of the Malga Trail, which is right over here. So let's see what happens if I get pincered. It is quite literally a pincer attack. Interesting. The flying felines. It's interesting that this game actually offers a fast forward. Like, it seems to be like one of those things in games now that kind of exists now. Oh, thank you very much, Digital Ronin, for the host. Whiny Guns. Whiny Guns? Whiny Guns? What were you playing that involves whiny guns? Critical, huh? I don't even think I can actually get up there. I cannot. Just finished a little Borderlands 2. That actually sounds about right for whiny guns. Okay, that can actually hurt like heck. In a way, this reminds you of Neptunian Fire Emblem Echoes. Yeah, you know, I'm actually surprised this is, Falcom's, RPG. Like a tactics-based. I don't know, I don't really mind it, honestly. It's not bad. It's just like many other games, you kinda have to go through the tutorials first. Oh, I should have attacked the other one. I like the art, though. I like the art. I really do. Tactics-based gameplay can be good if done right. Yeah, like Buzz said, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is actually coming out soon. I really wish they actually would, I wish Sega would have actually released 2 and 3 on Steam as well. I was honestly hoping, like, something like that would actually be made. Or be released. Alright. Well, we're way too far away, so let's actually take care of these guys here. However, I need to actually heal. Really?
I'm sorry.
That's actually a shock. Interesting. I've already used my reviving balm. Interesting how the music changed. Did I really actually beat? I think I need to actually heal.
Let's do this!
Yeah, I like the jazz. It's nice.
Alright, we're good to go.
Now the question is, does she stay knocked out? She does. I wonder. And nope, you can't revive her. Well, that's unfortunate. So let's go fix that. Unless I can use camp. Can I actually? No, that's not it. Sorry, I'm still honestly learning a lot in this game. Here's our map. Enrollant, Amalgamine. Yeah, something tells me I just should go back to town. I need an inn. I need an inn. I'm in. Lodgings. Leptian Church, various shops. Oh crap, are there no lodgings? There's gotta be lodgings somewhere here. Nope. That's the problem. No, the music, like, Falcom has always done really good music. Like, that's one thing that's always been good. Oh, hello, hotel. That's actually what I need. Let's rest. I can't believe I got knocked out already. Honestly, a surprise. I guess I shouldn't take advantage of, how much damage these guys can actually do. Which means... I need to actually get an upgrade in gear. And I think I can actually get some stuff here, can't I? Never mind, I really can't. Well, I should probably get defense, actually. So... spike boots... Yeah, spike boots is actually the only thing I can get. Oh, so it even also gives an exchange rate. Interesting. I guess not. No, I do like the music of this game so far. It's been really good. Oops. Oops. I totally got myself mixed up. I'm just glad I'm done with Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was nice, but I don't think I could play that game forever. Seems like I should just be fighting the cats, honestly. There are a lot of enemies. Let's see. And the tower. Let's get to that tower. If anything's here. Hello. Tear bomb. I think I just pushed him out of the way. Yep, I pushed him out of the way. You know, I've actually had thoughts of actually doing, EDF streams. I've actually had that thought lately. Just so people can, like, as something to do, because that's the type of game you can just create a lobby and you don't have to worry about, like, making, like, a friends list. Because I feel like that'd be a game that'd be good for people. The new EDF or Super EDF? EDF 4.1, Shadows of yada yada yada. I'm calling it yada 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 because I can. EDF 5 might not even come out. That's the sad part. Oh good, finally missed. I'm actually glad now I chose normal mode if the monsters are doing this much damage. Wow, it's an assured critical hit. Okay. So the EDF that you're not familiar with. I don't know what Super EDF is, actually. I'm sorry. Is there a difference? Oh, they leveled up, so they actually got a heal. Okay. EDF 4.1 has been out for quite some time. What I gotta do in this game, though, is increase my move speed. It's in Super Nintendo Shoot 'em Up. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I think the combat so far is okay in this game. It's more just needing to figure out what to do. What's interesting is that actually the units are moved. So So, like, attacks actually constantly affect your positioning in this game. And there's different types of attacks, too.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Estelle learned Taunt. Let's actually, hang on a second, I can check something. I keep pressing triangle because that usually is like the menu button. Let's see, status. What's her defense? 20, his is 20. He's better at arts than her. Okay. And they're both equal in strength. I was wondering if either of them had like a specialty. Here we go. Their super secret hideout was the tower with monsters in it. Looks like we've come all the way to the Esmelis Tower. I don't see any sign of them along the trail. So do you think they wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry. Right. Wow, they're throwing a dungeon at me already. That is actually impressive. It's dark in here. I'm scared. Quit being a baby. We're only on the first floor of this place. Did you hear that? They really did come in here. Estelle, are you alright? Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats, are they pretending they can't hear me? They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, EDF 4.1 is just a very simple game. I do not have a map for this place. I don't know why I think I would have a map for this place. What are we going to do? Somebody help! Rush in, run full speed in the direction of the voice, rush in simultaneously with Joshua. Let's go with Joshua. Always do things as a team. You monsters go somewhere else. No, shoo, leave us alone. Chew on this. Estelle, what are you doing here? Joshua, you're here too. Get back, you two. These monsters aren't playing around. We'll take care of them. But EDF is a very simplistic game. Protect all NPCs. If an NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. Interesting. Alright. I'm actually curious here. Craft, morale, taunt. Temporarily focus the attention on self. Rage. Oh, so it's an AoE, okay. Interesting. Oh, so even they take turns, too. You know, I honestly thought this game would be more like Final Fantasy Tactics, where, like, attacking at the sides and stuff was important. Actually, Digital Ronin, I did a playthrough about, maybe 2 years ago now? I went through the entire campaign, actually. The base game, there's a little bit of downloadable content, but I didn't touch that. Oh, I didn't buy it, actually, so I don't even own it.
We're good to go.
I've actually done quite a few streams with that game. It's a fun game, honestly. If you want very simple shooter, but you like the concept of like being in a bug-infested kaiju movie. Is there a VOD somewhere? Yeah, right here on my Twitch channel. I do a highlight of every single stream I do. I should probably, if I was actually a smart person, what I should do is actually do a make a playlist, actually, and I think I should do that, actually. Maybe sometime next weekend I'll do it. He's gonna run away. It's time to think about what you did today. Ow, you're hurting me, stop it. I said stop it, you violent she-devil. But this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline. Alright, Estelle, I'm sorry. Everything was all my fault. Estelle? Didn't we forgive each other like they teach at school? This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but a little discipline should do the trick. Estelle, behind you! It's something with teeth, isn't it? Nice monster? I'm not going to make it in time. Huh? Dad, you came. You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle. You must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses. That's part of what it means to be a bracer. Dad? What are you doing here? I happened to be in town and heard the whole story from Ina. I'll give you points for quick thinking and taking action to come after the children, but you failed to follow through completely. I really messed up, didn't I? It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry, I should have been watching your back. That just means you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is key. Understood. So how about we head home, everyone? Can you boys walk? I think so. That was incredible, Mr. Bright. You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle. Haha, of course I was. I'm her father. Alright, everyone, let's file on out of here. I'm with you, Mr. Bright. And he gets to be the hero. Who's the glory hog now? I mean, I guess I should be thankful that Dad saved my behind. But why does he have to go and take all the credit like that? Really chaps my hide. That's just the way he is. After all, he is Cassius Bright. Seems like you've had quite a day. That is just unbelievable. The second we get back to Roland, he says, I'll leave the reporting to you, and takes off for home. The sheer nerve, I tell you. And to make a mountain out of a molehill over it, at least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report. Receive payment for child rescue. 1,000 mirror, nice. You did well for your first assignment. The detailed report, I believe, I can commend you both for a job well done. This is available on Humble Bundle? You should be proud of yourselves. You really think so? I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again. Sure. How about we head home too? I guess we'd better. Still got dinner to prepare. Would you mind holding on a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since he went straight home, I never got the chance to give it to him. Do you think you could deliver it instead? I wonder if it's more work-related stuff. I imagine so. The letter appears to be one from one of our foreign branches. One of the guild's foreign branches? As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberl isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known for across the Zemurian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time. I'll answer your question in a second, Fungus Among Us. If you would too be so kind as to make sure he gets this letter, I would appreciate it. Honestly, this is just the start of the adventure. I think it's an interesting, grid-based tactics RPG. I like the characters. You know, they're very young. But like I said, I just started. You know, this is why I'm actually playing through the entire game. So I probably shouldn't just show you a few things. The game actually does a good job actually showing what it is. I like the characters' designs. Like, I like the art style too. So don't simply take it from me as like a reason you should buy or not buy it yet. Like, we haven't really gone into any sort of the nitty-gritty. I like that there's basically, you could just attack, you can use your craft arts, and then you have your magic system as well. So there's multiple types of attacks you can actually do. So basically, like, you have So, like, you know how in Final Fantasy games you had, like, a limit break system, like in Final Fantasy VII? The same thing applies to this game, but you can also use that meter just for normal attacks as well. So, there's even things like positioning and such as well, and you can even set up what your special is and such. Like I said, this game is just started. But I appreciate these type of things, because this is actually made by Ys, and if there's anything, or not Ys, I mean Nihon Falcom. And if there's anything Falcom always does well, and has done well over the years, has always been making really good RPGs. And they're basically, Trails in the Sky is basically using the franchise The Legend of Heroes, which is something that existed all the way back in the 80s. The art actually is around the same time as since this was originally on the PSP, they added things like voice acting and such, for combat. And of course, updated the graphics and stuff, so it's like does widescreen resolutions and everything like that. But I'd probably say Falcom has always done a great job making RPG adventures that people can enjoy. This is during their time where, I'd honestly say, like, looking at the graphics, this is like the PlayStation 2 time. So if you ever played Ys Ark of Nepishtim and stuff, it's the same exact art style. Hey, Joshua. You think I'm really cut out to be a bracer? Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with the staff. Your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress. Really? You think so? Sure, why? But why are you asking? Are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower? Yeah. Because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If Dad hadn't come when he did, he could have been seriously injured. I guess I'm just worried about whether or not I'll be able to stay on the top of things in the future. That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know. Huh? If we fail today, then that's all that's left to do is to take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying things haven't happened yet is definitely not you. Isn't being a bracer what you've always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you? Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all. I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up. Okay, I admit, that last comment was pushing things a bit. I'll overlook it this time, and thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to get home and eat. My stomach just started growling like a bear. I'm curious, Fungus Among Us, if you could answer me something, though. You said this game is available on Humble Bundle? Which Humble Bundle? Is it like in an actual bundle, or is it just on the Humble Bundle store? Maybe Glutton is closer to the mark than Ditz. Yeah, so like I said, this is still very much the intro. And I do need to actually sit down and read the instruction booklet for this game. This is literally the first 2 hours of the game, what you're actually seeing. Let's see, I wonder where Cassius is. There he is. We're home, Dad. We finished reporting to the guild like you told us to. Good work, kids. The details of your reports will be reviewed at each branch and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always do remember to do it. Don't worry, we will. And before I forget, I got that copy of the Liberl news you wanted. There was this letter for you at the guild too. A letter, huh? Well, I'm going to get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and Dad? Thanks for coming when you did today. Really helped me out back there. I see you're being rather gracious today. Papa is happy. How delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. There's no need to hold back, Estelle. Come and jump into your father's loving arms. In your dreams, I swear the men in this house have one thing in common. You never know when to shut up. I guess she's not as depressed as I thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua? I didn't do much, I just gave her a push in the right direction. Estelle's a resilient girl to begin with. Yes, she is. She still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles is what will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet. There's that soft side of yours talking again. Oh no, are eggs supposed to explode like that? It looks like $10 by itself on Humble Bundle. Man, I think back in 2014, that's actually when I bought this game. I think it was like $30. I guess I shouldn't have gone expecting to make a single perfect meal in a single try. No, wait, cooking is supposed to be a passion. Exploding eggs are passionate, right? Now, once more. How are eggs supposed to explode? That daughter of mine can sometimes be a little too passionate. I think I'll go help with dinner. We don't want the curtains to catch fire again. But at this rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready on the dinner table. Haha. Alright, well, let's see what this letter is all about, shall we? Cassius cuts the letter seal. A message from the Erebonian Empire? What? Wow, this is a surprise. This new dish is what I call Estelle's Explosion Over Rice. Be sure to savor every last morsel. I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef. This is raw talent at its best. You know, I've never actually had eggs rice. It actually sounds delicious. Today certainly has been a busy day, but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers and had our first real assignment. I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time. Not to mention the food being delicious. For our first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. As I thought, I might have to pitch out the window when you weren't looking. It seems that technique won't be necessary tonight. Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. You know how to be humble and just say something tastes nice? Alright then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business. You made a splendid meal, Estelle. Thanks, Dad. Wait, business? Are you really leaving again? Yes. Nothing unexpected came up. This time, I'm going to be away for a while. Hold on a minute. You're leaving? When? Tomorrow morning. What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing, that's just too soon. It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident? Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away. What do you mean, that being the case? Always use some vague excuse like that and take off for who knows how long. We have to accept it, Estelle. First's job is to help those who come to us for help. I know, but what are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roland branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you? Oh, only about 5 or 6. So I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead? What? Are you really asking us to do the work that you're supposed to be doing? That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish. And I'll ask Scheherazade to handle the difficult ones. What do you think? What do you say? Sure! You're okay with doing these too, right, Joshua? Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer. Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Ina know about the change of plan before I leave. Alright, I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll just have to bust our tails with these jobs so you don't tarnish your name while you're gone. Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven, can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman. Face it, Dad, you're getting old. People lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well throw in the towel forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter, and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years. I'm only 45! And what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild. Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Grancel or the one headed for Bose? I'll be on the one headed for Grancel. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning. That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case. I actually like the setting of this world. It's still rustic, yet at the same time there's that element of technology. Dad, are you still awake, Joshua? You better hold off on the liquor or Estelle will get mad again. This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink? I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying here is don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink or 10. Haha, that's because she holds her liquor much better than I do. There's something really serious happening, isn't there? There's no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement within the Empire. The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious. This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian Embassy to see what turns up. Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone. Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she becomes a bracer, she needs to learn to look after herself. Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being rough around the edges, she has talent with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday. Yet, at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same can be said for you too. It's already been 5 years since you became part of this family, hasn't it? Now, time does fly. Yes. I'm sure it does seem that way. About what you said back then, are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back? For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. But I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you. Thanks, Dad. A father's love, a new beginning. That was the... Wait, was that the prologue? Or are we starting the prologue? Huh. Okay, so this game scene might be divided into chapters. I really like the music. Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself, and try not to be a handful for Joshua either. For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try and not to go overboard yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know. Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Charizard, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute. Please, don't be. I am slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place. There's no need to be humble, Silver Streak. And I don't mean to make your life any more difficult. Please, keep an eye on these two. You just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you? You definitely understand the way I think. What's this all about? Looks like a mutual understanding between master and pupil. The Grand Sail-bound airliner Lindy will be departing shortly. All passengers, please aboard the airship now. Uh-oh, I'd better take my seat. Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone. Hurry back. Don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. I always like that. Actually, I never, honestly, on trips and stuff, I always ask people to just take pictures. That's one thing I always hope people actually share when people actually go on trips. But I guess pictures can be considered a souvenir. I'm not sure everywhere you'll be going, but don't forget to bring me back a souvenir. A little fancy something would be nice. Hey now, this trip is for business, not pleasure. If I have any money left over, I'll certainly think about it, though. Alright, you two. Be good while I'm gone. This really actually does, like, this has to be really inspired during the time of the PlayStation 2. People enjoy showing off what creations they can make. He's gone. Again. Yeah. Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what kind of investigation he's been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it. I'm not sad that he's gone. He's always been away more than he's been at home. Alright, alright. You say so. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on those jobs your father left me. But if you run into trouble, just give me a holler. Will do. But first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers. Alright, if you insist. I imagine that with Joshua's tagging along, there's probably not too much to be worried about. Good luck, you two. Thanks. We'll do our best. So what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we go stop by the guild? Yeah, we should probably talk to Ina and find out what jobs are waiting for us. Let's go! Well, I think this is actually a good place to actually leave things off. I think tomorrow, what we'll do, we'll actually head on over back to the guild and start our work as bracers. So let me just give our game here a save here. Yep, we're actually still in the prologue, apparently. I'm actually curious how many chapters this game actually has, then. This game did say it was about 40 hours of playtime. But I'm honestly very interested in seeing how this is. But that's at least a start for us for the Legend of Heroes Trails of the Sky. But for now, let's see who else is streaming tonight. I'm actually surprised. There's actually... Give me 1 second here, actually. I want to take a look. Looks like they might still be doing a Saturday night concert for the PAX streams, but let me see who else is streaming right now. There's actually, unfortunately, I don't have anyone else on my list, but that is going to do it for us tonight here for Trails in the Sky. I'll be back tomorrow. I have a good first impression of this game. I think the big thing is actually, I think this game is actually going to be a lot more difficult than what I think, because the moment I got KO'd, that kind of rang a bell in my head that this is actually going to be a difficult RPG. So I have a good feeling this is actually going to be a tough but fair challenge, even on normal mode. Because I'll say one thing, Falcom games have always actually been difficult. Like, they're not afraid to actually making... When they say their game is difficult, they really mean it is... You are going to have to do a lot of strategy or have some really, really good reflexes. Or, of course, since RPGs, do a lot of level grinding if you want to survive. But that's going to do it for me tonight. As for tomorrow, though, we'll be back with more of Legend of Heroes Trails of Sky. I don't know if we'll be doing anything else During the month, I have my schedule pretty much listed out for the next 20 days. Just do this game. Just until we beat it. But I don't know if we'll be doing any other games, so it might just be substituted 1 or 2 nights, just as a heads up if anything else does come around the line. But until then, though, I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until then, take care.